Okay, so let's start with the area and perimeter of this shape. Now, quite clearly the shape is made up of a semicircle and a trapezium. So to start with the area of a circle we know is pi r squared. So to get the area of a semicircle, if I call it, let's call this P and Q, I want to work out the area of P. That's going to be equal to a half of pi r squared, because it's half of a circle. So if the diameter is 16, the radius is half that, which is 8, so it's going to be a half times pi times 8 squared. 8 squared is 64, half of that is 32, so that comes out as 32 times pi. I'll leave the answers in terms of pi. You can plug that into your calculator, it's roughly 100. The area of Q is a trapezium, and we know the song, half the sum of the parallel sides times the distance between them. What that means is parallel sides are the two sides going in the same direction. That's this one and this one. One is 16, one is 19. The sum is 35. Well, let's just write down the rule first of all. It's a half of a plus b times h. So two parallel sides are 16 and 19. We do half the sum times the distance between them, which is this one, not this one. The distance between them is the shortest distance between them, which is 12. And we get 6 times 35. Well, I'll do this that way. That's 17.5 times 12, which is 35, which is 210. And so the area of the whole thing would be the area of P and Q added together, so the area would be 210 plus 32 pi centimeters squared, about 310. For the perimeter, slightly difficult. We've got this length, this length, this length, this length. These three are pretty easy. That's 13, that's 19. We don't have a measurement for that, but it's also 13 because of this little line here. You see a little line going across like that. That means there are isosceles, so this is 13 as well. So the perimeter of the cubit is just 13, 19, and 13 again, which is 45. For the perimeter of P, some people were concerned about this line. This line is internal, it's not on the outside of the shape. Perimeter is the distance around the shape. So this line in the middle doesn't count. So it's simply this bit. Now, this length here is a fraction of a whole circle. You know that circumference is 2 pi r, or pi d. So what fraction of the circumference is this? Well, it's half d. So the perimeter that matters of P, not this bit, but just the curved bit, is going to be a half of pi d. D is the diameter, it's 16, so a half of pi times 8, which is, 16, which is 8 pi. So put the perimeter of this bit, which is 8 pi, plus this bit together, and we get 8 pi plus 45. 8 pi is about 25 or so. So together you're going to get a perimeter of about 70. I've left these in terms of pi. In GCSE questions, sometimes you're asked to give an answer in terms of pi. Obviously, you can type that into your calculator and work out what it is. But okay, I can't really do that. But the important thing is that you know how to do that. The important thing is that you can write it in this form because sometimes you're asked to do it in that form. Right. Next stage. Area of a triangle, giving your answer to VP. The formula we're going to use here is a half AB sine C, which is the area of a triangle. When we say half AB sine C, we basically mean the two sides and the angle between them. When you have two sides and the angle between them, you can work out the area of the triangle. So you just plug these values into the formula. A and B are our two sides, C is the angle between them. Sounds a bit like the trapezium formula almost. It's half the product of the sides next to each other times the side of the angle between them. I don't know, it makes a bad sound. I don't know, tell my phone something snappier. So yeah, so that is the thing you type into a calculator. Half times 10 times 10 times sine 34, you can move that the last time. So what we get out of that is 35 sine 34, and I believe the answer is something like 19.57, I forget exactly. But if you type 35 sine 34 into a calculator, that is the right answer.